Well, hello, long time no see on this channel, specifically with a car video as well. So hopefully today my good friend and channel cohort Lee is going to pop over. We are going to get Agatha up in the air, assess all the major running gear, so all the wheel bearings, you know, brakes, etc. Just have a good look over her. And then over the next few weeks, when I get a Saturday free, we'll do a bit of remedial work to get her fit for 2022. So yeah, I sent a message to Lee yesterday saying basically it's going to pour down all day tomorrow. I'm not going camping. If you fancy it, pop down, because I know he, as you know on the channel, he can't work on Mrs. Winnie's outside all the time with his cars. So said if you're free, pop down. If not, no worries. And anyway, he said he's going to try and pop down, so fingers crossed on that one. We can crack on, have a good look over the car, have a catch up really. We haven't seen each other in the flesh for a while. So yeah, should be good. Right, so the first interesting thing, I'm trying to back the car up and get it more square into the garage so I can get around both sides. It's not had the handbrake on while it's been sat in here. It's just been in gear with a chock under the back wheel. When I try and pull the car back, it gets to a certain point and then seems to bind on the back brakes, or maybe not even the back brakes, maybe a bearing, and you watch the car will lift itself up. What's that all about? That's a bit weird, isn't it? Because obviously the brakes aren't binding. Interesting.
Morning. Hello. Happy New Year, everyone. How are we then? Right, something special today. Turn that off. I'll have a bit of choke, shall we? Right. Right. How is everybody then? Hope you all had a good Christmas and a happy New Year. So we're the first week into the new year, and we're going to have something a little bit different. As you know, there's a name change to the channel. Anything about an Austin Allegro ambassador and all sorts. Something like that anyway. Right then, let's get this old gal warmed up, and I'm going to get on the move very shortly, and we'll see you in a little bit. And we have arrived at our secret location. There's someone I want you to meet. Who's this idiot now? Oh no. Oh no. That's just ruined the video. Oh dear.
First start up since it went in here in what?
Ooh.
October or November?
Yeah, gotta be.
So there'll be no fuel in the car. Where's the choke? Give the starter a rest. Beautiful. Might as well give it a run for 5 minutes. Yeah. Get a bit of beating to the old girl. Right, so what we've done in order to try and get the car more easy to work on, I guess, we've centralised it in the garage so that we can get down both sides. I can still get into the garage, however normally I keep it right close to the wall side just to give me more access that side. But basically I can still open the garage door and we can get all around the car. So this is kind of the position it was always in when I first got the car and was working on it on a daily basis. As I say, the whole aim of this video really is just to assess what we're going to do over the next couple of months, the odd Saturday here and there, just to see, you know, really a safety check, I guess, more than anything, for 2022 use. We're on. Right, so the car's up in the air now, handbrake is off, and you can see with Lee spinning the wheel, you get half a loose turn, loose-ish anyway, and then it binds. So we're kind of hoping there's been a brake shoe collapse, I guess, more than anything, bearing wise. Certainly doesn't feel like bearing, does it?
No, no.
But if we show you the other side, you'll see how free that is. Right, so this is the passenger side one.
Look
which is
long I am.
Yeah, which is what we'd expect. Obviously the car's been sitting, like I say, for months, but I do not leave the handbrake on at all. So we've clearly got a brake issue on the other side, so that'll be the first job that gets investigated on this video. Lee's trusted me to do this because he don't want to scratch my wheel trims.
I'm supervising.
I know. Done that before. You're going to want bloody whatsits and everything over here.
I'm going to want sockets and stuff.
Sockets and... I like it when you come in your van. I don't have to use anything. Can't remember what size it is. It's about 19 or 17.
17?
Let's have a look. That to be the size I didn't bring. There you go.
No. Oh, right, okay. It's a double one.
Yeah.
Are you trying to do that?
Yeah. Why?
Just asking.
Hey, my YTS was as a mechanic, you know.
What? Yes.
I was that good at it. I started warehousing for the rest of my life. Oh. Right on. Look at that. Ah, look, that don't fit in there. It's a rare occurrence that I actually do the work and you watch me.
I know, yeah.
Brutal. Well, you know. I think she's 44 years old this year.
Lovely.
Let's take that away. Right, what's the plan now then?
Well, we need to back off the brake shoes from the adjuster at the back, which is located here.
Do you want a light?
Yeah.
What do I need for that?
A brake adjuster. Have you got
What? What's one of them? Is it like a 10mm spanner?
Yeah, give me an 8mm.
Hang on, I have to find my glasses now to read something. That's one.
Got no tools.
8mm. Well,
Thank you very much.
I've never had the hubs off.
You've got a 7mm.
Oh God. I thought you were an engineer.
Well, I was using my wonky eye to see that.
Oh.
I was wrong.
7mm. do. My glasses have steamed up now. I can't see.
It's going to be a 6.5.
I ain't got one of them. No good?
Oh, that's tight.
It's probably seized up, innit?
Find the loose bit.
Has it come off, has it?
Yeah.
So with these hubs, am I right in thinking you've actually got to take the wheel bearing off to get the hub off?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we need to get the hubcap off.
What do we need for that? Just a very fine screwdriver or something?
Yeah, fine screw, flip it off, same as you would your hubcap. With your wheel cover. Fixed it.
Glasses are steamed up now. Get that in. No. Might need the tapping stick in it.
Yeah.
A wooden one. Do you want to do it from down there so you keep seeing my arse on this camera?
Yeah.
In case it don't fucking fit.
Ooh, that's in tight.
Sounds like it's coming now.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember, you know, when it went for its MOT, he had terrible issues with the back brakes getting it to pass the brake test.
Yeah, that's probably why.
And he said it's just scraped it. He says, but I'm going to let it go. He says a lot of it's probably because it's sat for a while. The drums are probably rusty. But like, you think it might have got an oval drum?
Yeah, it's definitely an oval drum, because now that I've backed them off a little bit, it's much easier to turn. But there was a place where it had gone really tight.
Yeah. I don't know if you can get drums for these anymore. I mean, there'll be a used one knocking about.
You could.
You can have them refaced, can't you?
Yeah, you can have it skimmed, yeah.
You're going to ask me for a hub spanner that I think, oh, mind you, I might have some at that size.
No, I'll need some pliers.
Pliers?
With this Fisher Price toolkit.
I'm not an engineer, you know. Unlike you. There's some thin nosed and some proper ones.
Thank you.
See, the viewers didn't notice already. I don't know how it happens. I started doing the job and some magic has happened that Lee's now doing it. I say work to your limitations. I am learning things though. I have to do all the editing anyway.
Yeah, you do the technical stuff, don't you?
Technical? Yeah, throwing it together while sitting on the sofa watching EastEnders.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't watch EastEnders, by the way. It's all...
Is Dennis Watt still in it?
I think he died.
Oh.
Twice he died.
I think that was when I stopped
He
watching.
got shot with a bunch of daffodils, from what I remember. Right.
And we need a socket for in there. About a 21 mil, I think.
Okay.
Could be 22.
Well, what we're going to do is just...
Oh, good lad. Bring the whole lot.
I don't know what size that one is. Then we'll go up or down from there. I can't read it.
26.
Too
Huge. 24.
24.
Give me then.
Don't know.
22. Oh, 24.
They go up in twos, I think, don't they? You don't get odd ones. Yeah?
24.
And there's a one of them.
There's a one of them, look at that.
They shouldn't be tight anyway, should they?
No.
No, I didn't think... Because this is why they collapse, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, there should be a cone inside in between the two bearings. If it's... Because I know the radius arms are the same with the Princess and Ambassador.
Right.
And they've just got a slightly different shaft on them.
I like the way you lay your parts out instead of willy-nilly throwing them into a pile like I do and then going, where did I put that?
Yeah.
Right, what we got?
A bearing.
a roller taper bearing.
Yeah.
And then there's just an inner race there, is there?
Yeah. I mean, all as you can see, there's a bit of
it's too dark. The camera won't pick that up.
bit of rust building up in there.
Yeah, there isn't there.
Through
So
lack of use. So I think
Emery cloth that off anyway.
Henry cloth it off. Henry cloth it off. Where's the cloth from off?
What are the shoes like?
Well, they're kind of half moon shape.
I meant, is there plenty of meat on them?
Yes,
It looks like it. Doesn't it?
Plenty of meat on there. About 3 mil on them. So yeah, just a quick rough up. And I think we'll put some fresh grease in the bearings. And we're good to go again.
Right.
Now, are you going to explain or shall I?
Wow, what am I explaining? What you're doing?
Right, I'm going to cover up the pivot.
Oh, so it doesn't get sandpaper on it. And also, there is a distinct lack of grease in this garage, unfortunately.
So all I'm going to do is just rough up the shoes. Basically just to take the glaze off them.
We're presuming, for safety's sake, that this isn't asbestos and he's sniffing it, and because it probably is, you know. So, for the sake of being sensible, you can joke about it all you like, but I'd imagine the age of these shoes, they are asbestos. Unfortunately for Lee, I guess 40 odd years of doing this.
Yeah.
I know new brake shoes. That is why new brake shoes on the whole are bloody crap, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's no asbestos in there, and the brake, the stuff that works is like a composite.
Yeah. I wouldn't be doing that, like, you know. He lives on the edge, doesn't he? He lives on.
Notice I didn't inhale. There we go.
Officer.
Yeah. So there we go. That's the shoes cleaned up. They're nice.
I do think I should get some more grease before we rebuild that
Yeah.
proper. I think what we'll do,
We can leave them off.
we'll rough the hub back up and just drop it back on. But we won't tighten it back up until I get some grease. I really need some grease in the grease gun anyway, because
yeah, you do.
I haven't got one.
You haven't got one.
No.
Okay. Right then, so on to the next bit. Let's just deglaze and de-rust these drums. So again, what I'll do, I'll put a little bit of tissue in there, so I don't want any.
We should say as well, Lee isn't working on Mrs. Wynne obviously at the minute. You can hear it's absolutely torrential. So we've chosen, I basically texted Lee yesterday and said, look,
Wow.
I know, I'm going to be assessing the Allegro if you want to come down and have a look. And that's what's turned into this, so.
I was bored at home.
That's certainly coming down, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still getting stoked.
We should shut the garage door. Hang on.
It's fine.
No, well.
Is it?
Excuse me.
Okay. Don't fart. Look, that's a bit like shutting the barn door after the horse has bolted.
I know. I know, but what can you do? We're hoping that you can see us, by the way. It is quite dark in the corner there, but we've got a bit of light on.
Oh, actually, how's that?
Well, it's probably as bad as. That's probably better. We've got a light behind the camera as well. We're trying to be very, very professional on this. Camera's on a stand and everything, and it's not a mobile phone. We are really going for it on this video.
Yeah, but my wonky eyes looking at the light.
Hang on. I'll turn it away. How's that?
Plenty of rocks in here too.
Well, yeah, that's like I say. That's probably.
It's only through lack of use, really.
Well, I guess so, but also, I would imagine that the percentage of rear braking on these drum style old brakes is very, very limited. And of course I don't use the handbrake at all, ever.
Yeah.
So I guess they've got progressively worse, haven't they? And whatever you say, keeping it in the garage, I don't, whether the camera picks it up, the car is absolutely covered in condensation.
Yeah.
On a rainy day like this. So
there we go.
You know, those that keep them in the garage, you can see why the expensive cars get ventilated garages and sit in bags of God knows what. But yeah, the car is soaking wet, to be honest, and obviously hasn't been outside.
Splendid.
Indeed. So I don't know if we've said on the video, we didn't film it, but we've actually got the car central. It's up on 4 axle stands, and then we can get around all the other side. I think what we'll probably do, even though the other side isn't binding, we'll have that one off anyway, shall we?
Might as well.
Because we'll repack that with grease. And look at me barking my orders, but yeah. We might as well, while it's up in the air, just we've done the front wheel bearing. Well, Lee's done the front wheel bearing the one side, so we might as well, for want of a better thing, make the use of it being up in the air and have done with it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Or tea, Vicar. That sounded wet, didn't it?
You need to go and check that, mate. Right, do you want this put back on?
Yeah, drop it back on just to keep the crap off the bearing. Okay. And then we'll just, you know, finger tight the things up so I don't kick them into the middle of the garage and go, where have they gone?
Now, where did I kick that?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If we put it back together, it'll be on my list to get grease going, and obviously with the wheels off, we know that we've got to complete the job. But I don't see the point in putting it back together and not repacking it with new grease while we've got it off, really, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Right, issue number 2. While we're just building it back up, don't know if you can see that through the door. While we're building it back up, Lee says, put your foot on the brake and we'll centralise it. Now, if I pull the handbrake on, Lee will show you he can't move the drum. If I now, just make sure that's free now for everybody, yeah? I'm now going to press the foot brake as hard as I can, which is that. We have no rear foot brake. So, consequently, what did you say it was? A seized cylinder?
Seized wheel cylinder, I think.
So, another issue. But yeah, we've got no rear brakes in effect, certainly this side.
Certainly this side.
What about the other side?
Worth checking, isn't it?
Worth checking. Well, we're going to drop that apart anyway, but just...
I will go round
just
and
spin it and see. We'll have to do this through the process of imagination.
Imagine I'm turning the wheel.
You are, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right. Brake on.
Yeah.
Is that stuck?
That's solid, yeah.
Right. Okay. That's it then.
Ooh.
So, it does seem that the jumpy side has certainly got more than one little issue.
Ooh.
Right. So what we're doing, we'll obviously have to order a wheel cylinder, but preempting the fact that the brake line is going to probably be seized into the cylinder, we'll penetrate oil it and give it a best chance of, you know, a week or so sitting there. So at least we may get it off without breaking the brake pipe. Hey.
Yes, absolutely.
All
Does
right.
that mean I'm going to be busy next week?
Not next week. I'm going away in the van.
Oh.
Soz. You can always have a set of keys and please yourself.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
There we go. Right, should we do the other side?
Let's. There isn't a dint. You just literally find a gap and twat it. You can do it. He has to do it the careful way, doesn't he? Look, there's me. Twat it off and it just flies across the shed.
Have some finesse.
Finesse?
Yeah. think it's wise we actually re-grease these bearings.
Yeah, that one's sounding a
A
bit...
bit rumbly, I think.
It is, isn't it? Is there any play in it while it's up? I checked it, I don't think it was that bad.
No, there's no play in it.
No, it's just dirty grease, is it? We might get away with repacking that. I can't really... No, I'll have to pass you that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have I put it on the wrong way around? Poggerlies. It's not an earthquake, that's me moving my drip tray.
Farted really.
Hey.
Farted really. So far it's been Ricky and the thunderous arse.
Great name for a band, write it down, write it down.
We have a song about that, don't we?
There probably is one. When you've took the wheel off, just give it me, I'll throw it under the car because I don't know why I took the other one up the front, it's in my way up there.
Yes, boss.
Thank you. Yeah, do you see the bottom of the door, what I was on about here?
Oh yeah, it's not that bad.
No, it is inside the door.
There you go, I'll throw you this wheel.
Thanks. We'll just pop that under the car.
There you go, have your nuts back.
So, what's that? That is rumbly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Might we need a bearing, we wonder? Or might it just be no grease?
Either or.
I suppose we see what the grease situation is.
Yeah.
It might be dry. We re-grease and keep our eye on it, I guess, for the miles it's doing. Only you know more than me, but I wouldn't change it unless it was fucking...
Hanging off.
Well, not hanging off, but yeah, if it's rocking like mad, a bit of a noisy bearing could be saved by a bit of grease. Because you know, bear in mind, if I do 500 miles a year, that's all I'm going to do.
Yeah. It's entirely up to you, sir.
Well, let's have a look when we surprise ourselves and take this off. What we've got.
I'm not normally this careful, I'm just acting for the camera.
Oh, he's broke my split pin now.
It was weak anyway.
Yeah. I ain't got none of them, you know.
Oh, I've got loads in van. I'll have to bring you some. When I bring the grease.
No, I will get a...
Got it.
Twat. Are you going to bring some grease then?
Bring some grease.
Have you got a grease gun?
I've got a grease gun as well.
Oh dear.
Very touchy this morning.
It's not that. My dad was a Yorkshireman, can you tell? Hey, that one didn't bind on. You didn't have to unslack that one.
No, I didn't, no. And this one works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah. Oh, that looks oily to me, that brake shoe this side. Unless it's just clean.
It's just green.
Oh, it's just green, isn't it?
Yeah. There's no leaks in there, so we're all right on that one.
That looks like a new cylinder, to be honest, at the bottom of that. It's very silver, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's no rust on the inner... what's the word? On the inside of the drum, by the looks. Didn't look as bad as that side, did it? So we've been running around with 3 brakes in effect, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's no grease in that.
It is a bit dry, I will admit. Yeah. It's greasy, but I think the one that's going to be having a problem will be this. Oh, now that's knackered.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. We won't grease that.
No.
Yeah, so
That's knackered.
inner bearing, well, you'll have to get a bearing kit, won't I?
Yeah, bearing kit. For what it's worth, you may as well just get 2 and we'll do them both.
Oh, right, do both the backs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it makes sense, doesn't it?
While we go this far,
Yeah.
just doing just one, I think.
Well, I suppose in effect as well, they're a lot easier than the fronts, aren't they?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah, okay. Shopping list is getting bigger, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done. Especially with the reputation of rear wheel bearings on these, hasn't it?
The reputation of Leyland stuff in general.
Well, yeah.
As we know.
As we know. Right, so what we're going to do now is we know we need a bearing set. There's no point cleaning this one up. So we'll just drop that back together. As I say, this was a video to explore what we needed, really. So we need, for my reference, we're going to do both rear wheel bearings, and we need a rear wheel cylinder driver's side if it makes any difference. It's just so I know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they are handed on.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. So yeah, it was rumble in the jungle. Yeah. So we'll do that. Yeah, I mean, it was quieter than that when we took it off, but even so, like you say, the inner was bad.
The car's going to be really quiet when we put new bearings in.
Oh.
There you go. If you would take my gorgeous assistant, we'll take that from there.
You can go in the wheel hub under the car.
I mean, he's not exactly Debbie McGee material, but he's an assistant nonetheless.
Now that's magic. I'm more Isla St Clair than Debbie McGee. Right, so front passenger side wheel bearing. This is the one that Lee's already replaced. We're purely spinning this now just to see if we've had any issues in the last. That's the brake disc, obviously.
Yeah.
That's been sat there rusting in the garage.
Let's de-rust it. It spins nice and freely. It doesn't feel rumbly.
No, well,
It's still good there.
I wouldn't imagine it's going to. It's only done 100 odd 200 miles maximum. Slight movement, or is that, you happy with that?
A slight movement somewhere. Might want adjusting up now that it's settled. So we'll do that once it's back on its wheels.
Yes.
On the deck, and we can just take the adjustment up a little bit.
Say the bearing kind of failed, so I'm not worried about it. You know, we know we've done that one. Yeah. Again, this side, it is noisy discs, isn't it?
Yeah. We got the same amount of noise, stroke, movement, which I think just wants nipping up on the main.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't feel.
No, like I say, when the other side was gone, if you refer back to the video where we showed you what the other side was like when it was knackered, you can see when they've gone.
Yeah.
Again, may just warrant a nice repack of grease and adjustment.
That kind of thing. You might as well, it's all part of maintenance, isn't it?
Yeah,
You might as well do it while we've got the car in this state. And action.
I'll come down to your level.
Trying to say I'm short.
I'm not trying to say it. Right. Are you going to do the outro?
No, you can do it.
All right. I always do the talking.
Mm.
Well, basically, that is it for this video. It's certainly the first time we've seen each other this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's what are we filming this on? January the 8th or 9th? 8th. Yeah. So. Yeah.
It's been a long time.
It has been a while since we've seen each other.
Yeah.
I mean, Lee's been sending all them videos to me, but I haven't actually seen him for a good. Oh, I saw you at tell a lie. I saw you at Christmas. We met up at the
marina, wasn't it?
Marina, didn't we?
Yeah.
For a walk around there.
For like an hour.
Yeah.
And that was it. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm killing my legs like this.
How do you think I feel?
Well, you're stood up straight. Yeah, so hopefully we've made some sort of video. Basically, as I said at the beginning, it is literally just a look over. We'll then get the parts on order. I'll get the parts here, and then when I get a weekend free again, I'm sure Lee will pop over and assist. He's got to bring some grease yet.
Oh yeah, and the grease gun, Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, thanks for watching. As Lee always says, like and subscribe, all that stuff.
Yeah, all that malarkey.
And we'll see you on another one. Farewell.
Cheerio. No, you can't say that.
Too
You can't say farewell.
Too hot nut in it.
See you later.
See you later.
Ta-ra.
Bye. It's that bloody ambassador. He's took his hat off, look. Here he goes. Farewell, farewell.
Have fun.
See you later.
See you later.
Cheers, mate.
Toodle pip.
Bye.